To my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make this drawstring dress, different ways to attach a drawstring to your dress, any type of maybe pattern. I'm just going to show you guys how to do the different kinds. So we're going to start with, so I already cut out what I'm going to be needing to show you guys. I'm going to show you guys three different methods, one on A line and then two on straight cuts. So the first thing I'm going to show you guys now, we're going to start with this one here. So basically you're going to go ahead. So let's say you've cut out the A-line pattern. Like I said before, I'm going to insert a video on how to cut this A-line and straight skirt pattern. And this thing can also work for a dress if you're trying to make a dress. So it can also work for that. Like at the bottom of the dress, you can just go ahead and just attach this drawstring to it, and so that it can pull it up. So the next thing you're going to do is to go ahead and cut out 2 inches of width, and then you're going to take your pattern. So you see this one is my A-line because it goes this way. You're going to take it this way. It depends on where you want to put in the string. You choose the side you want to put it in, and then let's say for me, I'm going to like for it to be here. So some people like try to put it on a straight line, like mark your distance from your center. So let's say you want it to be the same place where your dart is. So let's say your dart from the end is about 4 inches. So you mark a straight line coming down here. So let me say this is the straight line here for me. So you can either choose to put it in front, or you can either choose to put it at the back. So for me, I'm going to put it at the back. So what I'm going to do here is just open up this side, but before that I'm going to go ahead and fold my rough edge. I'm going to fold my rough edge here. So guys, as you can see, this is the 2 inches I'm going to use for the casing of the string. And what I did is also I folded the end. So just the same way I folded the end of my cloth, I folded the end of this here. So let's say this is where I'm going to attach it, right, in a straight line somewhere here. So what I'm going to do now is just to remember, this is on the wrong side. Some people like to put theirs in front this way and just fold in half an inch on one side, half an inch on this side. But when you're placing it, make sure you see this is 2 inches of width, but the end is already folded just like the end of my fabric, so that when the two of them meets here, it's going to look neat, because you're going to tuck in about half an inch here on this side, and then also half an inch on this other side, and sew it all the way up to the end. But you see this top part here that is going to fit into your, if this is going to be a skirt, then this top part is going to fit in with the band, or is going to fit inside of the top bodice of your dress if it's for a dress. But for me, I like to put mine on the inside of the cloth so that the surface here is going to look clean. So what I usually do is just take it here, place it, make sure that the center, this line that you made is in the center of this band here, right? Your straight line is here. So you're going to go ahead, fold in. So see, I'm going to go ahead and fold in half an inch on this side, right? Sew it down, and then fold in half an inch on this side just to hide the rough ends of this casing. And then when I'm done, I'm going to make a center stitch. So guys, now that I've finished, what I'm going to do, you see, is just one opening now all the way through. So I'm going to go ahead and make a center stitch. So guys, as you can see, I have 2 openings here, one on this side, one on this side. So all I have to do now is to pass my string. Now that I've passed it, all I have to do is to just pull it down a little bit and just hold it down with a stitch until you need to attach it to the dress or whatever you're attaching it to. So I'm going to go ahead and stitch this down. So now that I've stitched it down, you can even pull it and you see that it will go up. So if I pull it up now, you see. So you see one side is going up and it looks like this now at the moment, you see. So I have to attach the back for you guys to see what it really looks like. And then also, you can also, if you don't want to use this long one, you can bring it down to halfway. Like if you don't want it to go all the way, you can also do the one where you just fold the end like how you folded this end, and then also fold the other end like how you normally fold the end of your cloth this way, and then you close the casing. But this time around is going to start halfway through, and then your casing, like you're just going to fold it this way, right? And then it's something like this. So let's say you've closed down the 2 sides. What you can do is to pass your loop from one, so pass your string. So now you've made your center seam. So you've closed up the 2 sides, right? And then you've made your center seam. So what you can do is to pass this loop all the way from one side and then come down again and then bring it down from this side. One single loop. That way you don't have to make a stitch here. So the only visible stitch outside of your clothes can be just the stitch to hold this down, and then the center stitch. So then this is going to pass through from, it's going to come up from here and then come down from this other end. That way this string doesn't go all the way to the top, it just stops halfway through your cloth. So it stops halfway through. I know you guys have seen those methods. So when you pull it down, it's going to only pull for halfway through, it's not going to reach all the way to the top of your cloth. Or you can also use this method. So now I'm going to close up this side so you guys can see what it looks like. So guys, you see what it looks like. So this is a line, but you see you can make your a line wider. Like I already have a tutorial on how to make this a-line, but basically you can just fold your fabric so that your a-line is wider than this, so that when you pull it up you have that much flay, like the picture that you are seeing now. So you can make yours to look that way. So you see what this one looks like now. At this point you can go ahead and attach your band. You see my back fabric with the zip allowance, or you can go ahead and attach it to the top part of your dress. So this is what this one looks like now. So if your a-line goes wider, like let's say if your a-line goes wider this way, then when you pull this up, so you see when you pull it up now, if you pull it up together, it's going to drape more. So that's basically what it is going to look like. But you see, this one is just an illustration, so you will not see the drape that much. But for if you cut your a-line with extra, let's say this is your straight skirt, right, that looks something like this, and you added like, let's say, extra 7 inches or extra 8 inches at the end, then when you drape it this way, it's going to come up more and look better than what this one looks like. So now we are going to move over to another one. So guys, the same method applies to a straight skirt, the one that you see that is normally fitted. The same method applies to that one. You can use the same thing that you did here on this one here. But one thing about this particular drawstring dress is that when you do it, if you want yours to pull up, you can't make the bottom pencil. Like you see, this pattern I'm using here is straight, right? But you know, normally if you're making a pencil skirt, it's going to come up, it's going to go in this direction. But imagine this now, your thigh, as your thigh is coming down, is slimmer, right? That's why when you're making a pencil skirt, you remove 1 inch from the end. But imagine now that you want to put a drawstring here and you've already subtracted that 1 inch at the bottom. It can't pull up because your thigh is slimmer at the lower part than at the upper part. So that is like pulling up a pencil skirt up, like pulling your pencil skirt up to your thigh. It doesn't go up because why? The lower part of your skirt is slimmer. The lower part of your thigh is not the same size as your hip, so you can't pull this up to your hip, you can't pull it up to your thigh that much. So that's why it's normally you use like about the same width as your hip is what they normally use at the opening of the dress, so that it can go up freely as you pull it up, if that makes any sense. Sometimes they even add extra 1 inch or 2 inches just to make it a little a-line, so that when you pull the string, it goes up a little bit more and it's free. So like I said before, you can use this method on this here, you can use the short one on this method here, or there's also the one where they attach a ruffle at the end. So to do that here, I'm going to show you guys what's the one with the like the one you're seeing on the picture now with the ruffle. All you have to do is just go ahead, close up the sides of your clothes and attach your ruffle, and then I'm going to show you guys how you're going to put in your the drawstring. And so guys, like I was saying before, once, even if you cut it as a straight skirt and then put in the drawstring and you still want it to be pencil, as long as you put in that drawstring, once you pull it up this way, because imagine this is a straight skirt now, and then I put in my drawstring here and pull it up this way. Once it's pulling up, it's going to drag in this way and drag in this way, so it's going to still give me that pants effect. So don't worry about it in case you're thinking but you still want it pants. Just cut it still as straight skirt, and then when you pull it up, it's just going to pull together. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to go ahead and show you guys how to do this one here. So just go ahead and put in everything, cut your straight skirt, put in your darts, everything, put in this your ruffle. So as you can see, I've gone ahead and attached my ruffle. So once I put this together, what I'm going to do is go to the back and find which side I want my string to be. So this time around, I'm going to put it on this side. So what you're going to do is right underneath my dart is where I want it to be, right? So somewhere here. So what I'm going to do is just take the casing of my, remember like I said, it's 2 inches. You're going to go ahead and fold the top part, right? So I'm going to go ahead and fold this top part this way, and then also fold the bottom part just so it will look neat. So I'm going to fold the two ends this way. So guys, now that I've done that, I'm going to just place this down here, right? I'm going to just place it here and then fold in the two sides. Like I said before, just fold in this side and then fold this in this side. This is just to hide the rough edges of this here and sew it all the way down. At this point now, you see I've made my stitch, so this place is open, this side here is still free, so I have two openings here at the top, and then I also have two openings at the bottom. So all I have to do now is just to pass my string from this one here, and once I come out at this top part on this side, I'm also going to bring it down to this one. So you see, then when I'm done, the two loops will be out. So guys, this is what I was trying to explain. You see this top part here, you see what it looks like. So this is the loop, but just know that your string is going to be longer than this. So after that, then you see when you pull it down, it's going to look something like this. So let me flip it to the right so you see. So you see what this looks like now. So when you pull this, it's going to pull this up. This looks really nice when you make it like into a dress. So when you pull it up, it looks like this. So this is basically the method of doing this. So you see, once you pull it, it can go up to one side, and then you see what it looks like. So that's basically the method for this here. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, share and subscribe, and if you have any other suggestion on video you want me to make, this one here was also suggested by someone. Okay guys, don't forget to subscribe and like and leave a comment. Okay, see you guys next time. Bye.